It's Big Frank in the morning, Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air, Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it here. Hey.
Your boy Big Frank, you locked into Big Frank in the morning. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever this may find you in the universe. Tell your woman to grab her purse. It's time to go.
Okay.
Right.
He's on a lit Friday situation.
It's Litty Friday.
And
we ain't had a Litty Friday.
I just want to say this real quick. And I'm looking at myself. I'm the side missing person. I'm that. Dagger. It's real. But good morning. Locked in the room with me, we got Jay Cherie
In the building.
Kev on air.
Yeah.
D Money Mac.
What's good?
The provider. Daniel the Dark Knight.
Good.
And my guy. I want to call him Blood Jesus yet again. He's not quite my savior, but he's just giving good presentation of the master. Welcome to the table, my guy. How are you?
It's
sir?
like Black
Jesus. Not me.
Chill.
I may not die.
Curly J.
Curly
Curly J in the building.
Don't call him Jesus. Call him Jesus.
Black J.
Chill.
It's Curly J in the building.
I'm just dirt people.
I'm just third people. Party people, what it is, what's up? Good morning. How was your yesterday? Let's talk about it. It was Thursday, which I do.
I had a terrible day yesterday.
Not terrible.
I'm sorry.
Not the pipes.
But listen, I said I was had this very fast decision that I was gonna go vegan, right?
What?
I do these kind of things. Don't mind
I've
me.
been
Okay.
So I was
Okay.
like, what can I
If
eat,
it
right? I'm
makes
like,
you
let me just go in there. I
happy.
could do this, right? Go in the fridge. We ain't got no groceries, first of all. Okay, it's hard to eat right when you have groceries, but try to eat vegan when you ain't got no groceries at all,
So when
right?
you open up the fridge, I'm like, you know what? I'm fasting today.
Well, you
I said-
technically vegan.
Right.
It's ice.
Right.
Eat ice.
You know what? I ended up, I don't know. I put something together. It was good. It tasted amazing. I'm like, wow, I can really do this. I can do this. And then like 20 minutes later, my stomach was in knots. So I said, I don't know. I must have ate something that wasn't good. Then I had a headache, and it was just all bad after that. It just went down.
You know, I've done vegan living for short. I had cut out pork and meat. And let's say pescatarian more so than vegan because I did do fish. I did it for a good while. Then I came back.
I mean, that's not, like I was vegetarian once when I was like 17. I did it for 6 months straight, and then I've never since then. That 6 months, everybody wanted to cook the most extravagant
Linda,
meals
Listen.
ever, right?
Yeah, it'd be like that.
And then I went to KFC and I had like 6 pieces of chicken, and I was like, yeah, it's a wrap for being a
I
vegetarian.
don't know. I think I was at church and they had me like roti. I was like, you know what? This is the day. So it's over now. Thank you guys.
You know, my body needs protein, okay? Let me get that 12 piece. Hurry up. Let's go. Stop playing with me.
My Thursday was interesting. Yeah, I walked in to find out I will no longer have employment after the 31st of March. So, you know, I wasn't even mad. I was just like, either God, you gonna make another job here, or I can focus on my schoolwork. Like it's just going.
One of the two.
It's gonna be one of those two.
Amen. It's
Like
gonna be blessed anyway.
Or you don't give me. Go ahead.
I work for Hanley Holdings LLC.
Right.
I got you.
Listen,
You
'cause
know
we can get you some merch.
You see that look,
You know
right?
what?
You see that look, right?
I
keep
every opportunity of excitement that I think about, I'm asleep. They try to give me something.
You can sleep when you
All right.
did.
No, forget all that.
To be done.
Sleep is self-care.
He said work while it's day, because when night comes, no man can work. You can sleep.
Well, when I put a sleep mask on, it's night,
Right.
even if it's during the
All
day.
right, I'm just saying.
But no, I said I was.
Success is over the rise.
Listen, I said I was like, you know what, God, it is what it is. If it happens, you know, there's another person that's trying to pull for me to work in a different department. I was like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, like, school, I'm gonna be focusing on school, trying to launch the line. I was like, there's stuff that I will be actively doing while I'm not at work.
Because why you ain't got no school time? Okay, God.
No. I got school.
No work time.
Hold the phone.
To put that grind in swiftly for the business.
So
Swiftly.
I had the necessary conversation with Brother Lee. Like, this is what's going on, sir. Just giving you a heads up. But I'm proud of him because he communicated some situations. I was like, okay, see, this is what happens when you communicate. When you communicate, things work out. So, but no, I'm not. You know, my coworkers are like, oh my God, what are you gonna do? What are we gonna do without you? Y'all gonna live,
Right?
Y'all gonna live and find the Lord for yourselves. Like,
You will live. You will live to fight another day.
All I can tell you is that God does what he does every time.
Yeah.
Now, he does it last minute. I ain't gonna hold you what he does.
Yeah,
No,
sometimes
y'all
he want that faith to be.
Who you telling?
strong.
But that's what actually inspired the BGC that's coming up. Like, I just understood, like, yo, normally I'd be panicking and going crazy. I'm just like,
That's the peace that surpasses all understanding.
Yes, what you say? You wrote that, didn't you?
I'm just like, it is
your words, ain't it?
I was just like, well, it is what it is. Or this is God answering prayer when I say, God, give me time to go to the gym and work out. God, like, say less.
Right. I got you. I got you.
I'm gonna give you all the time.
You can pull up the,
Right.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay.
Just let y'all know that we up to something crazy. And God is
Wild.
doing it. And as soon as I get the keys, I'm gonna post it. I'm waiting for the keys to hit my hand so I can give y'all the beginning video or the mess and the transformation thereafter. But
Yeah.
The shift.
Come on, you ready that? Okay.
I ain't about to get me in trouble.
No, we're not.
I've seen him do it. And I know it's working out.
God just shines through you greatly. Like, a lot brighter than the rest of the tape.
I'm
done. How was your yesterday?
It's the hater.
Oh my! Yesterday,
I think my cabs is here. Hold on.
my yesterday was good. It was yesterday. I made it. I survived. You know, when the enemy, you know,
Okay, say last
there
name.
was work to be done.
Come on, talk about it. I feel like the way the angle is on the camera, I feel like I'm watching something inappropriate.
It jive does though.
Look at it trying to show nobody. What you doing?
If it was a green screen, it'd be crazy.
This angle captures
You
my
can see
screen,
the
and it's just
screen.
like, oh, what is he looking at?
Bow, chicka, bow,
But
bow.
yes.
Thursday was interesting. You know,
Yeah.
I'm battling and dealing with, my sleep, insomnia, having trouble sleeping. It is what it is. It comes and goes.
I'm so sorry, John.
Oh, what's up?
Because you're God, you only rest on the seventh day.
You don't get stands outside
every seven.
You're supposed to be up 6 days out the week anyhow.
It's because you saw it was good. So now it's time to rest.
But yes, today was a blessed day.
Yeah, it's awesome. Good stuff.
My day it started off terrible. I was upset. But then I had choir rehearsal. So then I had a good rest of the day after that.
You know, it's something about music. Yeah, like when you go to church, it's one thing to listen to music, but when you go to church and then they're like you're in the environment, singing, even if it ain't that good, because
It's
but,
rehearsal.
right, it's still just that feeling of like being there. So,
But shout out to Daniel's wife, yo. I'm gonna shout out Quita real quick because like Quita is she gonna be an adopted little sister? Like I see it. So I text her. It was like, this is what I want, and she was like, "Sis, do you really want that on your diet journey?" And I was like, "You right." But then we had a whole conversation about self-care and her rebuking me for not self-caring. And then at the end of that, she was like, I'm gonna go in and get you them strawberries. But like it was the point that like she had jive accountability that made me think for a second. Like,
We need more people like that in
Right.
our
where
life.
do you need that?
I don't know
question.
to an extent because sometimes it be too extra. Like,
You know
be
about
too
stuff every
extra.
minute.
Right. Like don't if I
But you
I-
need that check.
I
You
needed
need
that
that
check.
check.
I
Yeah.
needed that.
My
check.
my thing is if you can't take me being accountable for you, then we're not really as close.
Valid.
Yeah,
We're not
it
locked
really
in
is.
as you think.
I'm not saying
Because
throw a whole brick in my window.
every
just
time,
Right.
every time
Right.
you do something, I'm like, yo, what you doing?
If every time you want to eat some of them, yo.
Come on, fam.
Nah, we're not doing that.
What if God made you that person that kind of like every time you mess up, I'm calling. Really?
Come on, bro.
That's what we doing right now?
Thought about it.
This is what we doing?
I'm here for you.
Oh,
When
I
you
got my
sitting
sources.
there,
Don't worry about how I know.
Dancing your way to the fridge and your friend call you. You don't need a snack.
Right.
Like,
How did you know?
I'm tapped in. You don't need a snack.
That's exactly what I would do.
Sit back on down.
Go back. I know what you did.
I
know.
Stay out the cookies.
Stay out them cookies. Listen, it's going down this morning, y'all. It's Big Frank in the morning. Do me a favor, subscribe, like, and share on all our platforms, both YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, all those things. Also, get ready for Big Girl Chronicles. We'll be right back on Fire 716. Big Frank in the morning. What's up, fam? It's Frank.
And Tyra. Tune in to Keeping the Fire.
Every Thursday at 6 p.m. right here on Fire 716.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, aka D Belly, aka your city councilman. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, and I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then.
What's up, everybody? It's Kier here, Inject Faith Hope Love. I am so excited to announce that you can now catch me right here on Fire 716 Radio each and every Monday for Inject Mondays at 7 p.m. So go ahead and download the app and rock out with your girl. Again, that's each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Tune in and have a good time with us.
It's Fire 716.
Let's go. It's Big Frank in the morning. Jay Sharik.
Fire 716, your boy Big Frank, locked in the
me.
Big Frank in the morning. Coming up right now, we have Big Girl Chronicles. 327, hit that thing.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
Jay Sheree, it's on you.
What's good, everybody? You already know what time it is. It is Big Girl Chronicles. I'm gonna be honest. I missed y'all on Wednesday. You know,
we missed you too.
missed y'all real hard. But we gonna get into this Big Girl Chronicle. Okay, all right.
Something pulling.
And it's not the Lord. We gonna get into give yourself some credit. So I was sharing with my co-hosts and friends at this table that as of the 31st, as of right now, my certain employment of the place that I currently work at is going to end. And in the moment where they told me that, the person was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I hate getting bad news." And I was just sitting there like, "Oh, okay." And so like my coworkers are just like, "We're gonna miss you," and I was just sitting there like, and I had so much peace, and I was like, God, I literally went from worrying to having peace. And it made me think about how many times that I go so hard on myself about the not having the proper response when I want to have the proper response. But I had to learn to just give myself some credit. Like I had to understand that like life is a transition, life is a journey, and you're gonna keep going through. There's gonna be ups and downs, but magnify the good. When you actually realize your growth, like for me to not be worrying, not where the money gonna come from, how the bill's gonna get paid, none of that, and just going into the place of, well, God, you obviously either have something else for me, or you're gonna open up another door with the employment at my institution. It's really at the place where it's like, God, you got to give yourself some credit. Yes, we are not perfect beings, and yes, Frank is avidly praise dancing on the other side of the table.
Yes, I know. I was like, I don't want nobody to think we laughing at her.
Like,
no,
he is praise dancing on the other side of the table.
Okay, I'm so sorry. This is my fault. You ever hear people like praise dance, somebody like preaching the word?
Yeah,
that's what I was getting up. Like, it was just so intense. And so
for all the mute people out here,
that's
right.
So good. Continue. It's good.
But no, like we have to learn to give ourselves some credit. Understand that you are actively going through your process, and know everything is not going to be perfect. But you need to celebrate your victories instead of focusing on your defeats. We have to get out of this mind frame that we have to be perfect, because it's not. There's only one person that walked this earth that's perfect. Yeah. And he gone now, but he coming back. But he coming back, and he's sitting right next to him. But no, understand that I just want you to give yourself some credit. Understand that you are growing, that you are learning, that you are maturing, you are successful, you are actively walking into everything that you said you're walking into. And you can't focus on just the little negative things when there's so much positivity going around. For me, it's a huge step to not worry about finances, because I have steady worried about finances for the last 4 or 5 years. And for me to have this peace of God and understand that God truly will take care of everything is a major step. So in this edition of Big Girl Chronicles, give yourself some credit. You're doing well.
Definitely.
Because you're beautiful.
Yeah.
You're intelligent.
Yeah.
And you're graceful.
Yep.
You big people.
You big people.
Hey,
so,
Julian.
I'm gonna talk to my marketing person. So by the end of today or tomorrow, I need that snippet cut out. I need it stitched to be other. I want to be the praise dancer doing that.
I got you.
I want to be.
I got
We
you.
need the side to side.
Matter of fact, you know what?
Provided. I'm trying to
I got you.
Yeah.
So I can cut this.
Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, because
Good morning,
I
folks.
just think about when Jamal Bryant be preaching and everybody be taking his little sermonettes and they be praise dancing to him. That gave me that kind of energy. Okay. Because hey, hallelujah. Glory. Listen, do me a favor, guys. You can feel free to call in 716-399-200. Nope.
299.
Nope.
Just gonna put the number up there. We're gonna put the number up there.
Oh, you guys get ready to call in and tap in. And do me a favor, share this right now, because we're getting ready to get into the question of the day. And that is, the question is a man or woman weak for taking care of another person's kid in a relationship? We're about to get into that conversation right here on Fire 716. So share, subscribe, get your fingers ready, call in, tap in. It's going down. Fire 716. This movie is coming to you guys at some point. You'll see it right here on Fire 716. Big Frank in the morning.
One decision. This will make for one epic movie.
I am Barnabas Matthews. I represent Sector 716, and the COVID-19 virus will not take us out. We will conquer. We will win. They thought it had us, but it did not. And we will not lose or be defeated. I am Barnabas Matthews, and we will not be defeated.
This is DMP Speaks coming to you. I am a board certified Christian counselor. I'm also a life coach. I am a family restoration specialist. I help build, rebuild, and grow your family. Maybe you're having some communication problems. Maybe you guys are just yelling and screaming and you guys are just not getting along. And if you want access to me for your 30-minute consultation call, follow me on all my social media platforms. TikTok, Facebook at DMP Speaks. And if you go to YouTube and Instagram, it's at I am DMP Speaks. Download Fire 716 and click the link.
Big Frank in the morning. Getting ready to get into the question of the day.
It's okay. Keep talking.
Getting ready to get into the question of the day. And my homegirl, my
Fatima Friday.
Definitely. Yo, I'm gonna just say this real quick. If you're listening on the app or you're watching online, you want to stay here all day because Friday is just full.
It's a lituation.
Because after this show, we have a team of Fridays doing the show. We have a lady named TQIM. She's doing the show. Yeah,
we got shows.
Don Smokes is doing the show.
Yeah.
Joint, what is it called? The break room through.
The back room.
The back room.
Yeah.
That's called
The break room through.
The back room.
That could have so many meetings.
Freaky Fridays at 10 o'clock at night. Like
Freaky Friday.
Yeah,
your Friday is on this radio station.
Go to radio station. Come on. And it's going down. And we got some shows that added to Thursday that's coming. Like, yeah, I have no.
Oh, let's go.
I want to testify, but I guess I'll testify afterward. Just reaching out to. Sometimes you think people are designed like, oh, they might be competition, but they're really an addition and asset to you.
Yes.
So I talked to a young lady who owns the banquet hall on Pine Avenue already, Michelle.
Okay.
And she want to do a podcast and come do that. But she also want to advertise. But she also is coming to our new spot to look at it and give us some suggestions on how we can make that thing pop efficient.
Come on.
Okay.
Not
mine.
Good people.
But
People coming together, doing stuff together. You know, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So now
we want to be controversial. Just look.
Let's talk about it. So
I have to.
There was a video. Well, I should have had it on the joint so they could see it and watch it what we were talking about. What I did.
We don't need to broadcast that dummery.
So the young lady on this video stated that for a man to take care of another man's child in a relationship, that he's considered weak for doing so. That
idiota, stupido.
That he's considered weak. And so we opened up to form like vice versa, like for a woman to take care of another man's child, is she weak? Is a man weak for taking care of another person's child in a relationship? And that's what we're getting into. And I have my multiple thoughts and ideas about the statement.
First we're gonna go with the overall consensus with Kevin.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, no. So I feel like women are naturally like always with their kids, right? Most of them, right?
It's the blank stare.
Like when when you out and about and the man 9 times out of 10 approaches a woman, her kids are not too far behind. You get what I'm saying? So it's already in his mind, oh, she come with kids. It has to come up in conversation for a man for it to be understood. But women are naturally nurturing. You get what I'm saying? So they love, most women love children. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, you got kids? That's cool. That's sweet. Some like, I just want me time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when it comes to a woman, we step in knowing you have children and already prepared for that. So in this sense, I just feel like you're crazy if you think anybody taking care of somebody else's responsibility is weak. Period.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You got a comment, kid.
Well,
oh no, that's Black Ernie. And he was saying that he in Vegas. It's 5:30 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Always.
Good morning.
5:30.
Good morning.
So her statement for me is idiotic.
Valid.
Indeed.
But I understand the concept of for you to invest as a man talking to a woman who has a child that's not yours, and to invest time into it. And this is the only reason why I can give her some validity is if the relationship ends in chaos and now that relationship is interrupted. Because it takes from you that fatherhood feeling that you were giving. Because it's not to say that because if we break up foul and wrong, I'm not giving you access to my child. I'm just not giving you access to my kid anymore.
Valid.
Because we're done. So if that's my only child, and that's who I've been fathering to, you take away that feeling from me, and that hurts. And that's damaging. It's like, dag, I was investing, I was here, I was down. This is still my kid. But now I don't have access to him because we done fell out. And now here I go to the next one. Do I do this again?
Valid.
Or do I now require somebody with no kids? But I don't think that necessarily makes him a weak person. I think that is something that you lose the benefit because there's a blessing. I've been stepdad to people, situation.
Josh said being a stepfather is one of the greatest signs of a man's strength.
Valid.
I agree with that.
I feel that the same way about women. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because you have a mother, and to already have a nurturing vessel in your life, you get what I'm saying? You have somebody that nurtured you. You have somebody that cares for you. But to be willing to open up your heart for someone else to come in and do what your mother or father in this case, you know what I'm saying?
And I want to attest with you, but taking that same scenario I just said and flipping it, it's the same thing because it's not guaranteed that I'm about to give you access to my family. Get away from my mother. Get away from my sisters and them. We're not claiming you. Disconnect yourself.
Well, you gotta properly vet out the person. You
Valid.
gotta properly interview them before you even bring them to the table. And be like, you know what? I'm about to introduce you to my child now.
Valid.
Valid.
Now,
I see something.
We had this before, and now that you're here, John Jesus, is that the names can change. He's not the Christ, but
He said he's not comfortable with Jesus, so John the Baptist.
So, how long is an appropriate time for you? Just because you weren't here for that conversation, for you to introduce yourself to the person? How long is your vetting process?
Before
however long it takes for you to feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you don't want to sit there and have secrets and hinder a process.
Mm-hmm.
Let them know up straight. Like right now, I'm 30, about to be 31 in a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time for no games.
Yeah.
I lay out my whole deck of cards right here. Here's my hand. Boom. If you can rock with this, let's move. Let's get up and let's move forward.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can't, let me know now because I'm not about to waste my time.
Talk.
That was my
Valid.
20s. My 20s was a time to waste time. I don't have that no more.
You triggering so many
right, so many conversations
because
John the
Baptist. Because I came across a video that said that's kind of where we mess up at. When we talk about the younger years being our years of being wild and out of control,
waste time,
to waste time, then becoming 30 and now you're trying to get it together.
Right.
Now life is real. It's just what it is right now. But what if we were given a different paradigm? Listen, no, let's get together now. So by the time you're 30, we're on a whole different playing field. So for a man, I think he was saying he got married. He wish he had got married younger, because what you want to do is take a man. He's on his oats. He being wild. Now I'm 30. Now I want to get it together.
Right.
But now it's so much baggage that comes along with him now, with kids 30. And children.
Valid.
30.
But see, like I guess
men ain't getting it together till 40.
45,
please don't say that.
50.
30.
The light bulb should click. The light bulb should click beforehand, but
well,
some people are a little slow at catching on.
But see, that's the thing. Like, you know, for maturity, yes, women do mature quicker than men, and it's not a knock to guys. It's just what it is. But like, you know, I could honestly say you don't know that that light is gonna come on until the light comes on. Yeah. Like, so people be like, oh my God, do what you want to do in your 20s, because you're in your mind in your 20s, you're like, I'm gonna be doing this forever. It's once you hit 30 that you like, oh shoot, like light bulb comes on. Okay, so you need to stop stripping and become a dental hygienist.
I was hygienist the whole time. I was stripping and become
I was stripping for school.
Really good money.
Every stripper do not make really good money.
Now, Daniel has made a statement that I can attest to. There are those who are deserving, don't judge my life, of high quality dollars. There are some who get pity funds. And they don't get the full reign. They get, you know what?
They get
droplets.
They are tricks from Players Club. We love you, tricks.
Everybody got
that's
one
on a pole, swinging around, climbing up, dropping down, and still trying to look good and dance at the same time deserves high quality dollars. I'm sorry.
No, because I've been a dispenser. What happens is, because of your competition on the runway, they running better than you. Therefore, they get more attention than you. I'm not saying you have to deserve a sum, but our rain where it's needed. That is
I
where it's deserved.
Like, I recently watched a TikTok. It was literally, I should have been asleep, but this girl was counting her money, and I literally sat there and watched this child count her money, because I was like, I need to know how much in one night she made $1,500. Yeah. And I was like, she's not Tricks from Players Club, because
she getting paid.
She's young.
She ain't diamond.
She's vibrant.
She ain't diamond. We know that for a fact.
Some of them, I see some strippers make like 10 grand.
You're probably how to get over here, right?
On where they're at. Depending on where they're at. Like,
I know
Vegas.
I know a stripper right now. She travels. Okay, she travels. She make crazy.
I Ubered a stripper to a
money. All right,
and she was struggling in the car.
It's just like
now it's easier for her because she don't like dudes.
It's in the same light as a professional athlete. The top athlete gonna get.
Sorry, y'all. We've gotten off course,
right?
But it's fine. We're here now.
We just went around the corner. We right back.
They're legit some strippers that don't get a lot of money, and then there are some strippers that do. I dated both.
So it was this one time.
I feel like strippers is like any other job. If you're not making a lot of money, then you need to train. If you are making a lot of money, let it rain.
Because
Fatima's School of Stripping coming soon.
Like,
you're not getting the dollars.
Who was on the pole that was like 10,000 feet tall, and she was dancing to "Hold on, wait a minute." Y'all thought I was finished?
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
she was
Right.
Machine gun.
It's a core memory, okay?
I'm like,
Yo.
you've been training. You've been working.
Wow, Ernie. Now you know we can't cuss on the radio. So.
What is that?
He said a weak man will take care of a woman with kids as long. Why do I always do that? I always start reading that way. A weak man will take care of a woman with kids as long as he's that box. Once he can't get that box no more, his attitude becomes escalated. But a real man will see potential in a woman's kids and encourage them to stay in school and do good things in life rather he's with the kid's mother or not. Boom, there it is.
Right.
That's
Thank you for bringing us back,
I
Ernie.
got something to say, Ernie. You know,
Sharita said training and raining.
I love you, Ernie. You always come here.
Go ahead.
You always watch us. You know, you my guy. I get you. We love you. Oh my God. Let's keep it a beam.
299.
Let's keep it a beam.
I'll give you Mike Jones.
If
number.
you messing with a woman or if a woman messing with a dude
Put the
with
number
kids,
up there, Kev.
right? You done introduced me to your kids already. You've been before you introduced me to your kids, we were smashing. After you introduced me to your kids, we were smashing. And now all of a sudden you don't want to smash. For me, it's like how I would see is like, well, what happened? Like,
No, valid.
what was the change? So like if he all of a sudden is like, man, fuck these kids, they're not really my kids. Now especially if he ain't living in your house, you know, he technically you don't have responsibility.
I mean,
and that goes with like really setting that tone in the beginning of what this is.
Yeah.
Because if this only a sneaky link, if it's only filling the box.
Yeah, if you a sneaky link, you don't need to be reading the kid.
And women, I'm sorry, but women, because like he said, we're always with our children. We tend to bring people into our lives and allow them into spaces that they have no places.
Now this is Uncle Chris.
Right.
This is Uncle Zach. Like,
all these uncles.
He wasn't at grandma's
And now you
house
got
at the family
75.
reunion. Like,
Now you
how
got
many
75
uncles. Right.
They'll never show up to the family reunion.
As women, we have to be responsible for who we bring into our circle and who we bring into our children's circle, because that's not cool. You got to see people in every season
And
before you introduce them into your
and
life.
even as a man, knowing what I'm gonna say how I heard it. Too bad. Knowing what our agenda is, and you have to be responsible enough to be able to balance that out. Like, I don't want to meet your kids right now,
right?
Because let's see where we at and where we're going. I know you have them, and I'm gonna respect that. And if it comes with the package, let's do that. But what are we doing? What is our goal right here, right now?
It'd be hard though. Like I understand some people, you know, you have a difficulty with that because it's like, you know, if I'm trying to be with this girl, but I don't think I'm ready to be with her and her kids. You know what I mean? But like she is pushing her kids onto me.
Well, don't jump into something just because you feel pressure.
Because we want to, you know. I'm just saying, like I understand because the pressure will be there because because you know how it is, especially in our community. It's like it'd be well, if you can't accept my kids, you can't accept me.
But on the reverse of it, how long would you take as a guy to introduce your kids to your woman?
I would take
I'm gonna let you day one.
I'm gonna let you know
like
they exist.
The cars come right out.
Right, I'm gonna let you know they exist.
But
to meet them
my
is
children is top priority over you. My children is my top priority over anything that comes between us.
Yeah, but they don't have to meet them,
right?
For them.
But I'm just saying, my kids is always gonna be with me. If I have them, they're gonna be with me. And if you trying to meet up, you're gonna meet them. Unfortunately,
how old
that's just what it is.
Because some kids know their dad's the dog, and we good with that.
Right.
This just another one.
This just another.
You only got 4 to 5 a year and a half until the next. Hey Felicia. Hey Tanya. Hey Keisha. You know. Hey Renee.
They can tell you which one was their favorite. They like, dang, you're not really Ashley.
But what I would say is that it's not weak raising somebody else's kids, whether what side of the spectrum that you come on. However, because the kids are innocent, and at the end of the day, they need a mother and they need a father. They need that guidance. Because how are we supposed to evolve as a people and evolve consciously if you taking away everything that could help them tool wise? You telling them to start at the beginning. Like whenever I have kids, however age that I'm at, I need to pass the baton. If I have kids at 35. That child needs to have 35 years worth of knowledge when I pass that baton to him, not start at head start like I
preach, John the Baptist.
That's
and
real.
That's just what it needs to be.
Diage, you look like you have so much to say.
She always do.
I've just been chilling, you know.
It's been burling real hard.
I was already having an argument with a dude this morning, not about kids or anything, but just because niggas be lying.
Call it out.
But I agree to an extent with some of the stuff that you guys are all saying. I really do. However, if you as a man are taking care of somebody else's kids, and that woman is dogging you out.
Oh,
and
no.
she's out, like, you know, but this is like a continued thing. You're weak, because why are you taking care of her kids if she out
valid
being with 10 other niggas? Wait.
Let her release, because she been burling for a while.
It's not the kids. It ain't
right.
And I understand it ain't the kids. I get
You
that.
Come home and the
But
kids
at
gonna
the
be there
same
by
time,
themselves.
like, how did you now take on this responsibility of somebody else's kids, and they're not even taking the responsibility of their kids? So that's how I feel, even on the reverse side, as a woman. Like, and I've been there because I dated somebody with kids, and why am I'm babysitting while you go in to hang out with some other girl
to make
like,
new babies?
I'm sorry, but
that's foul.
Weak.
That's foul.
I was weak in the knees. Wrong
Yo.
So weak in the knees. I get highly.
We're not doing this again.
Right.
And something takes over.
I'm turning all y'all down. Keep talking.
At the end of the day, I feel like there's gotta be a point where you say, okay, this is enough.
This is new. That is advanced. You thought I was feeling you? No, you're a babysitter. No. You thought I was feeling you? No, you're the father. No. You thought I was feeling you? No, you take care of my kids now. Not at all.
He's a babysitter.
You have officially become a man nanny.
Think about how many times, right? Like people go and the man's not even the like, even just on that point, right? They have kids together. Those kids ain't even his kids. He taking care of them and stuff like that, and then she's out doing whatever. He don't even think that those is his kids anyway,
right?
But he's still doing it. And like I said, I get it for the sake of the kids,
You're
but also too, as somebody who my life story isn't my life story isn't like this, but as somebody who didn't meet their father until they were 17, it is detrimental for those kids to know who the real parent is. Like, you need to know your flesh and blood. There's a reason behind that. So I think it's wrong. I think the woman is weak and the man is weak for staying there.
Like, you don't date
your
brother.
We gotta read the comment.
Before we do that, because that's another space. Because my thing is this: that parallel that you're giving, you got to just check it. Because sometimes listen, I know what the mom was, but if my investment was greater for this child, it's just what it is sometimes. And because maybe I don't have children, this was my child. And you're like, oh yeah, she can do what she want to do. Yeah, I'm not here for your mama no more. I can that's what she can be a thought from the spot. Yeah. Okay. And I would love you to know your real father, but if he's not playing the role or stepping up or doing that, I have no problem still running this thing as a father figure for you.
Right.
If you'll have me to be. Right. If you don't want to, I holler at you. I ain't forcing myself. Right. But if you need somebody, I'm available.
That's a real man.
And that takes a real person to do that. And yet with that, I'm still doing my own. I'm still in pursuit of mine. But our connection has been established. Me and your mom been playing house for 16 years now.
Yeah.
I may be all you know, granted. And to know your own is very important. And I don't dismiss that. Know where you come from for real. These points hit different when they're not yours. Okay.
But it also posing the question of that kind of investment. What happens when she meets somebody else and they get married? Because if you've been raising somebody for 16 years,
that's not a problem.
I'm not saying not to do that. What I'm saying is, for that scenario, what is the transition? Because if I've been in the child for 16 years, I've been at your moving up days. I seen you go to your junior proms, all this other kind of stuff, and then your mom gets married to somebody else. There's an attachment there that's going to break.
I can answer that.
Can I please?
Oh,
man. It's not hard because I've already been stepdad, so I know exactly what it's like. I have a grace for that. But mind you, I don't care less about their mother. This ain't a mother and me problem.
Valid.
Right, I'm pulling up.
This is, hey, yo, you got two fathers. You got to respect that man in your house.
Valid.
Go ahead.
But that man that may not want you to father that kid.
Watch it. Watch it. The choice they doesn't have.
Is he the real father?
No, he's not. They both been step.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But for me,
so he don't hold no
at
weight.
the end of the day, it's this daughter here that has to make an option. And now, being your mama may disagree, but I get it. Now, for this man that you're talking about who just showed up to the scene, I'm gonna tell you all day, respect him and respect his house.
Absolutely.
But if you need me to do anything, holler at me because I'm willing to do so. Now, if he don't like it, that's a conversation that you need to have with him and his mother. And we can all sit at the table. We got to have a mature conversation.
Absolutely.
And for the most part,
right? Because if he's the weak one,
because my attention I ain't got nothing to do with your mother. At this point,
right?
And it's mature. I'm 66. They 16 now. At this 16,
yeah,
17.
They grown.
They grown. I'm not dealing with your mother. I don't need to know where she at, her whereabouts. I ain't trying to speak game. I ain't trying to holler. I'm not giving off those vibes in our conversation.
Right.
Where's Charlene? Charlene, that's like the mother don't know.
That sounds like
grandmother.
Charlene.
Charlene was her mother at one point.
What you need? Oh, I need some. All right, do your go pick it up at the store. Here,
right.
Tell you my mom sent it. Bam, it's done. All right. There's no exchange. I don't have to violate your household or your
That's
home.
not the reason why I'm saying that, because it's not always, and I've seen this scenario play out that a guy has been a father to this kid for I think he was a father to the kid for almost 17 years. Mom meets her dream man, they get married. Dream man, like, I don't want your ex around these kids or this house. If I'm supposed to be building a bond with your kids, why is your ex still present? And it caused the problem. So that's why I posed the question, because some people, some men are not comfortable with another person.
For me, that's only if somebody's giving me, you violating my
violate and valid.
You're giving me vibes that y'all had a thing, but you still give me energy that you still want my thing. Now we got
right.
That's different from.
I think it takes a village.
No, for
like,
sure.
The more the better. Like,
yeah,
parenting is not easy.
No, valid.
You could, if I could drop you off at the doctor's and
Once you go come pick you up.
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier.
More stuff I'll get done.
I was gonna say though, as far as what you said, Frank, I just feel like that's not real. Like, it's realistic to a point, but what about during that time period of them being together and then separating?
Hold on. Oh yeah,
like that still takes a toll on the kids. If now this person's like, yeah, I'm still gonna be a part of life, and now, you know,
it takes some real conversation.
No, and that's the part that we're not having.
Like, it takes some real life conversations. Like,
knowing our role.
You can't just play in people's lives. It takes some real conversation.
Let's make this comment that we get to our phone lines in just a second.
I agree with Fatima. Women need to be more responsible and protective of their kids and who is allowed into the sacred space. I would say men need to be just as responsible, because some women do not have good motives. She could turn into mommy dears. Woo.
True.
Dang.
Hey, caller, you're on the air. Caller, talk to us.
I was thinking the same thing.
Hello, caller, you there?
Oh, hey, what's up? This Nick.
Hey,
Nick Young, how y'all doing?
Good, yourself, King. How are you?
What's going on?
I'm doing great. Listen, so the topic is it weak for somebody else to take care of somebody else's kids?
Yeah, that's the topic.
Absolutely not. If not, it actually shows more unity, because, like, for instance, for me, like, I married my wife. She had 3 kids. Now I accept them 3 kids just like mine, and I hold them to the same exact standard. So it's definitely not weak. If anything, it shows the character of the man and who he is as a person.
Absolutely.
Speaking them facts.
Very valid.
Thanks for calling.
You know. So, you know what? And we actually need more people like that to combat the deadbeats that don't want to take care of their kids.
And I think too that every relationship or representative of a father doesn't require a relationship with the mother. Right. And I say that meaning that it ain't got to be sexually.
Yeah.
If we can just get men to step up to be that father figure.
Valid.
Hey, I'm available. I'm here. What's up? What's going on? Let me give you the years of experience that I've grown up with, so that when you as you advance, you're ahead of the game.
Right.
You know, so
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly. Hey, I'm having a real hard time hearing y'all. Can y'all speak up? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My stepfather is amazing. He has been in my life since I was 3 years old. So I'm gonna be honest. During my teen years, I wasn't really feeling him, because, you know, he was putting down rules and regulations that I wasn't trying to follow. But you know, as I grew and as I became more responsible, and as I had my own children, you know, I noticed how he was stepping up and stepping in and being responsible for not just me, but also loving on my kids. And that love is amazing to me, because he didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't have to. He chose to be there.
Right.
And by choosing, that makes it even more, you know, relevant, because when someone stepped out, someone else stepped in.
Yeah.
So that to me that's amazing.
Didn't have to do it, but he did.
Absolutely.
No, for sure.
He's an amazing dad. Thank you.
All right, Nick, thank you for calling in, sir. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right. If you want to call the numbers on the screen, 716-299-0013. Feel free to chime in.
This
Go ahead.
is why I said though before that it's important that if you are somebody who wants kids or you could see yourself having kids or whatever, to date people. If you want to date somebody that has kids, date them. But if you're not sure and you don't know, don't date somebody that has kids because now you know these
start with a puppy.
Start with a plant.
Right. Wake up.
No, for sure. Because like as much, I'm just be very honest. As much as even if a man just coming to do the smash assignment and that's it. But because the kids are there and they are present,
you're gonna run into them.
You're gonna run into. They're gonna be, hey, what you doing? Hey, you watching TV?
Who is you?
Hey, who is you?
Those are my goldfish.
Valid, you eat my snack.
You eat my cereal.
Right.
And just
Why you eat my cereal, blood?
Those are my honeycombs.
Valid. Just being around and being present, there's gonna be even a lot of attachment. Even though y'all don't work out, it's still like, dang,
Right. Valid.
like, dag, how Papa doing? Oh, dag. How the boy doing who ran to his dad? He just got out of prison downstairs. Like, Dad, how we doing? Okay. These things you think about just because there's an attachment that grows naturally. So, like, Dad.
When you
Baby
see people
boy.
all the time.
No, valid.
Just see
valid.
people all the time. You know what I'm
And
saying?
not screw face you when they come to church.
Jody.
I know.
No, valid. Because one girl I was talking to a long time ago before my wife, we were there, and I knew it wasn't it, but we was talking and we ended up breaking up. Long story short, and they had came to church the following. That little kid screw facing me, like where you was at, where you been,
Where were you?
like, and I was in church like, dang,
It hurt.
It hurt.
It hurt the
It
same.
hurt. It hurt.
Listen.
So yeah,
Because kids make you feel bad. I'm not gonna lie. I dated somebody with kids. We broke up, and the kid called me like, "Why don't you love me no more?" Yo,
I would have told him it's your fault.
That's a fact. I'd be like,
I was like, if you
My
ever
fault.
need me,
Click.
I'm available. It's just I can't come around no more. But if you love me, you'll come by.
No, that's not what he said.
On
He loved me,
paper, that
keep my
sounds
commandments.
like what it would.
He didn't say I'd be around.
On paper, that's what it sounds like it would be. However, no.
If you need me, you got this good number.
They don't tell you about these obstacles.
Right.
So your daddy to drop you off at McDonald's, I'll pick you up.
you missed the clauses in this contract.
Yeah, no, for sure. And yeah. So if you want kids,
do your
I don't know
thing.
why I always think McDonald's is the meeting place.
You know why? Because we grew up in a generation where McDonald's had a playroom.
That's a
They sure did.
And we
And
used to
this
meet up at
McDonald's, these
McDonald's.
recent McDonald's is trash. I grew up,
so
you could get
trash.
stuck in the tube. They had to come get you.
Mhm.
Real life situations. The seats moved. You was on a hamburger, rocking back and forth.
Right.
This newfangled McDonald's is trash.
but
I just feel like it's a neutral zone.
yeah,
And it's people
I
there
and
to
it's
watch.
food.
it's more mature.
And it's food there.
There's people there
They
to
grew
watch.
up.
And it's budget friendly.
Yes.
Because the
Friendly.
McCafe doesn't cater to kids anymore.
Facts.
It's now catering to a more mature adult. You've grown up now.
Yo.
We
Your generation has grown up.
has grown
now.
up. We are no longer
We
around
can't
McDonald's,
cater to you.
and now we're catering to you.
But we still giving
But
out.
they just
We
good
still
hot
giving out
chocolate.
kids.
Back
money.
in
But let me tell you,
Yo.
those French fries are amazing.
No,
It's
they're
a
not.
large.
No, they're not. No,
They've
they're
been
not.
slacking.
McDonald's French
Mm.
fries.
No.
McDonald's has been slacking.
I haven't eaten
But you know
McDonald's
what? They
in
cost
in a while.
$4.59.
Yeah,
that's
the
another
problem
reason why they
with those
slacking.
large fries.
The
Have
only
y'all
reason
ever
why
seen-
I don't
They
rock
don't
with
even catch
McDonald's
fire.
fries is because I watched a
burn
documentary
them.
and it messed up my life.
Oh, well, see.
Because the lady had the fries in the box for 20 years
I don't watch
and
no
they
food
looked
Facts.
I don't say
Listen,
You ain't about to mess
the
up my
box,
plate.
the
It looks
fries,
like-
if you
the sandwich.
salt is
All of it is,
preservative.
I mean,
ain't no
let's
mold
no,
on it
but you know
or
what? I
nothing.
think y'all just said this
when you're in the
because
crunch,
this is what I'm about to say.
go through the drive.
And when you become the entrepreneur, you understand this. I'm gonna say it. You mad at me because I learned how to save money and make more because it is my. Watch this. Because
At what cost?
At what cost? I need my product to be preserved on the shelf to last longer. Therefore,
How long does it take for you to take a burger off the shelf and eat it?
no,
It should not take 20 years. And in 20
No,
years,
no,
your
you're
food
missing-
should change.
My thing is,
It was a
I-
scientific
it should be a
experiment.
smell.
benefit.
coming out that
okay,
box.
That was my business.
I'm just gonna
I
say,
benefit making mass production.
Mhm.
So if I make mass production, my shelf life has to last longer. And there's chemicals that allows my shelf life to last
I
longer.
hear you.
And because of that, It ain't about your health. I don't care if you live or die. It's about me, my product being lasting long term, so that you can go and get it.
Understand that.
It has to go from the processing plant to the McClare's shipping yard, from the shipping yard on this bus train. Refrigerator. It got to travel down the road. It got to get to your restaurant. It got to be refreezed and let it hold a while. And we give another product next week. And I'm doing this for over 500 locations all at the same time. So I'm not thinking about whether you're gonna die today or live tomorrow. Making sure that my product, period, is lasting, and that's why it'll last.
I did not. No, I didn't say I didn't knock the business. I said I just can't eat it. Like. I just said consciously for me, it makes me uncomfortable to eat something that doesn't shift.
This is why support your local food trucks.
That's it. That's all it.
We wanted to get Modi and fold and firm.
Absolutely.
I'll just say this.
Give me signs that it's time to throw it away.
20 years from now, when it's apocalypse and you got no food, I bet you can eat that.
I bet you
I've
gonna die.
I've lived for 30 years. And I still don't know how many licks it takes to get to the center of it. So like I'm not really that about it.
Have you ever seen the same restaurants here in other countries? What they
they so much
so much better. Hold on. Can we talk
organic food?
Japanese?
Can we talk about the fact that all of our food is made with things that are banned in other countries?
Yeah.
So this is what I see.
It's all about culture.
This is what I see.
Culture.
For America,
Culture.
it's all about
It's all about money and population control.
And when you want to get it,
that's the culture in America.
Drugs.
I'm
all about money.
Money.
They put bad food in our neighborhood.
Valid.
Tell us it's fun and go happy.
Did you know Bear
and then they send you to the doctor, which is going to cost you $1 million to get healthy.
Mm-hmm.
They give us drugs in our neighborhood, and then they say, "Oh, you're a crackhead," and put all these limitations and all this, and then you go to prison, and then you go to the hospital, and then they don't take care of the problem of you being an addict, and then they put you back on the street so you can be an addict again and come back to jail. It's all about the money.
They don't know that.
Real quick.
I am a part of that process. I see it every day.
Yeah, valid.
Every day I'm like, yo, why is they here?
Valid.
They don't have no mental problem. They're crackheads.
No, and but you can get
crackhead.
financial help for being addicted to crack.
Valid.
He a crackhead.
So I was getting Bear.
Necessity.
They are owners of, I want to say,
heart medication.
Pedigree.
The dog food.
Pet food.
Yeah.
But they are the food that they have given to the farms and all this, the stock, the feed that they given, is stopping the chickens from producing eggs. Right. It took a local grower to find a remedy in a situation that pretty much brought that ability back. I say that to say, if Bear is buying into horticulture, and causing these bad defects in our food, what else has to happen for us to change our diets and the way we look at food?
All right, so
hold on. Can
go
I
ahead.
just say this real quick? Okay, you say that, but let me tell you, keep going up because Nestle.
Valid. Them too.
Nestle.
Here we go. Conspiracies.
No, it's not a conspiracy.
I ain't saying it's a conspiracy.
Facts.
I'm saying here comes the show. The show is right. They about to play the show right in front of y'all.
Is it a
Get
conspiracy
ready.
when the evidence is stacked this high?
Right.
Is it a conspiracy?
What's my point of view? It can be true because I'm talking. Watch this. I'm talking. Forget about your health. Forget about your idea of living and being well.
Necessity.
About making sure my family good and rich.
Necessity.
8 Hanley Holdings LLC about to tap into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different businesses.
So let me ask you.
And granted that these are the.
So are you gonna let your JQ Juicing name get tarnished by a company out here get bought by a company that's producing things that aren't healthy.
Absolutely, because watch this.
That bread.
Crazy.
I'm here for the bag. Hold on. Look at that bread.
Absolutely.
And these smoothies that we're drinking out of stores that's on these shelves
I'm-
has
yeah.
stuff in them that are preservatives that cause them to last, which lead to cancer, lead to all this. But if they pulled up to Frank Jaquan Hanley Jr. and said, "Here go JQ juicing. We want to buy the can't really buy a recipe necessarily, but
Right.
hey, we want to go ahead and give you this kick out for this." And you go ahead. If it is financially feasible to support the rest of the vision that supports my plan for my life, I'm doing it. Whether I'm going to be executive in the ministry, executive of the business, running the business, it is full function. The stage studio is already built. The community center is doing its thing. We're producing movies and soundtracks and all this because I sold to the business and got my kick out, and they want to change some things. That's on y'all. I've done my due diligence. What I produced was high quality. What I offered, my name and what I presented is proper. Now you about to take that. It's on y'all dollar and y'all dime now. Don't come see me.
But Frank, and
I
I'm
hear
just
you.
being real. That's
hear you.
why things are because
Valid.
everybody has.
It's all about
you're
the
a
bag.
You're a businessman, so I get
Money,
it
power,
because I'm a
respect.
businesswoman.
Being
So I
right.
understand about
Money, power,
you want to
respect.
make the money,
Being
and
alive.
I respect it.
And
However, but this is the reason
However.
why things are the way that they are now because a lot of people was like, well, hey, you know what?
Because
I did my part.
got you.
Go.
But but you chopped out one piece of that, right? But nobody just talked about the communities that I just saved. Nobody talked about the jobs that I just presented. Nobody saying anything about the fact that I just changed the whole dynamics of the Niagara Falls region because they came in and offered me this thing. So get in the bag. I just supported D Chanel Studios, Shots by Him, JCG Brand, the provider, and Strong Heart Organization. This bag.
Well, I think it's more of the longevity of what's being done. So what's being talked more about and what takes more precedence is the long-term effects of what's happening. So it's more long-term effects of everything that's going bad with us than the community being up, because not everybody has the same vision as you. The next person who gets in charge may be the same thing. I'm after this bag. They want to buy up this land. Go ahead.
Valid.
And now it's a parking lot.
Right, but
now the community center is gone.
What
So
the question
was
was
short term, but now I'm still dealing with
I still got my
I'm still
bag.
in the hospital. I
The
still got the
community's still
respirator.
But got you. But what you asked was you asked Frank. Okay, you made it a Frank thing. You just fed a full-time vision.
Yeah,
that is long term for generations to come. That's feeding my family, my kids, and your kids if you connect it properly. But that's like we said, everybody's not different,
right?
And you have to, and with the conspiracy and these things that may be very much true and valid, you have to make those adjustments for your family and those that you can persuade to do different. So I wouldn't necessarily, I'm not going to push JQ juicing like I did when I did it.
Valid.
Oh, it's out there now. No, they didn't bought the land. They own that now. But Frank, I know what I did. Right. Now I can give you the recipe of what I did, but they got that now. Whether they're going to add some potassium, some vitamin C, some pesticide, and some stuff to it to make it last longer on the shelf, I can give you a 3-day, 7-day hold. They can give you a month, 2 months and a half, a year. I don't have it like that.
It's gonna tell you to freeze it, bro.
Honestly,
Like
it's all
just
about
freeze
money.
it.
Just
Freeze it, bro.
Money, and it's about who you're asking.
Yeah.
Because
Valid.
if you asking homeboy from the hood or me, homegirl from the hood, and
you
know I ain't got much. I got kids
Yeah.
at home. I got a family to feed. I
Gotta
got
make
a
it happen.
house. You know, I gotta make this money.
Gotta make it happen.
And I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
Early
But
morning drive.
I mean, I can,
Gotta
like
make
he
it
said, I can
happen.
try to make it as good as clean as possible right now. But once it's out my hand and I got my millions, hey.
But the thing is, the
it's
only
nothing
way
I
you're
can
gonna
do
eat
about
healthy
that.
is you're gonna have to grow your
Right,
own
you
food.
gotta-
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
the
definitely,
only way,
definitely gotta
like,
grow
if
it,
you are
Get into
active, if you're
agriculture.
actively seeking a healthy diet, you're gonna have to grow your own stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Get you a green
You
thumb.
like?
ain't growing
which
your
requires
own
time.
food. You gotta
Yeah.
find the right land to grow it on because some of the land is just so contaminated.
I know,
that
valid.
the food's gonna
Back
be,
to the conspiracy
you know,
theories.
That's
These
right.
chemtrails up in the air,
Yeah.
paints in the soil.
No, valid.
But
Yeah.
I gotta dig
Yes.
30 feet
I'ma
deep
say,
just to get some tomatoes.
no matter what you do, no matter what you do, at the end of the day, when someone else is jumping into it, that's their personal
Right.
responsibility.
And it's always gonna be something.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's your personal responsibility. It's a lot of things that I don't, give life to because I don't respect the things in which they do or how they do something. So because of that, I took the personal responsibility that I'm not gonna support it. You know what I mean? So like that's what you do now.
Right.
Is that gonna stop anybody from getting no money? No. Probably not. Well, shoot, you know, if my when I get big and I start saying stuff, they like, oh, hold on, Dan said. So I'm gonna turn that off.
Disney right now. You know, is my decision to boycott Disney hurting their pockets? No, they ain't worried about me because they still in that bag,
right? Yeah. But when I open up that studio and I start making my own movies,
they get it from me.
I gotta be with Disney too. I'm tired of paying $300 and I don't even get on the ride. Like that's ridiculous.
Oh, you talking about Disney World?
Yeah.
I was like, Disney Plus that high now? I'm doing commercials now. I'm cool with it now.
I was like, that's the yearly rate.
Right, that's the yearly rate.
You said 300. I was about to be like, I'm canceling my subscription today. I can watch Deadpool someplace else.
Got you. I just renewed my my Disney Plus.
I'll go back to steal it.
Just so I could watch Wakanda Forever. That was it.
Dude, you better get somebody name and password.
It's over. I already paid for it.
Why y'all not calling the plug for the website that you guys
buy the DVD? Yo, you buy the DVD.
Honestly, no.
The TV is enough by itself.
Oh,
I got PlayStation. So
yeah. We got commercials playing.
Oh, it's all right. They don't hear us online. The radio is just like,
right. It wasn't me. It was the pen.
The radio was like, done.
It's time for a break.
Longest break ever.
No, we ain't even talk. We ain't even talking about the women part.
Really was.
We just talk about us.
Break. Ever. I was like, they haven't braked yet.
It's good. It's getting good. Listen, it's going down. Fire 716. We'll be right back.
We got church mess.
And we'll just see what happens in Jesus' name.
Donnie McClure.
Donnie! What's up, fam? It's Frank.
And Tyra. Tune in to Keeping the Fire.
Every Thursday at 6 p.m. right here on Fire 716.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, a.k.a. D-Belly, a.k.a. your city councilman. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, and I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then.
What's up, everybody? It's Kier here, Inject Faith Hope Club. I am so excited to announce that you can now catch me right here on Fire 716 Radio each and every Monday for Inject Mondays at 7 p.m. So go ahead and download the app and rock out with your girl. Again, that's each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Tune in and have a good time with us.
Get us started.
Fire 716, your boy Big Frank. You're locked in the Big Frank in the morning. Locked in with me is Fatima, D Money Mac, John the Baptist Jesus, Kevin on there, Daniel the Provider, my home girl Jay Cherie.
In the building.
We're getting into some church messyism.
Yes.
Y'all share this.
So Are we doing
somebody tag the LBGTQS in them?
Nope, we're gonna get canceled. I don't mind.
No, because we not trying to get we not gonna get D Money blocked again.
Yeah. Because TikTok is sensitive.
TikTok
sensitive.
She was blocked. She was banned.
Give me
for like
50
a
more
whole
viewers, okay, and we can.
But she was blocked for a whole week though. Like we gotta be careful.
They banned me for a week.
You can show a bosom but can't say a word. I can't.
Yeah.
Right.
Do a whole bunch.
I like how.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, I'm a veteran. I fought for every right that everybody wants to sit here and talk about. So if anybody got anything to say, it's the one who shed blood, sweat, tears.
Come on.
I don't care what no one got to say. I'm gonna talk.
I'm gonna talk my talk.
Right.
For your sake, I'm gonna keep quiet though.
I'm like, she brought her business through her TikTok, so we trying to be careful.
I'm about to mess up your bag. I got you.
Right.
No,
catch me outside. It's a different story.
Side note,
I'm gonna let you have it.
Side note to Fatima quickly. Let me know what you want to do as far as the whole Zumba dance instructing thing, because you text Love Movement Fitness and I work for them and I used to be an instructor. So just let me know what you want to do and we can work it out. So when she inboxed, I said,
Jamaican, all right, Jamaican.
She was like, I said, why she text me on here? And I looked and it was the business page for Love Movement Fitness. I said, oh yeah. I am in Florida, so we'll talk.
We did a little dance exercise
the
other day. So
and I need it, and we need it, and we got a space already. So if I can flip it properly, So we
Okay.
never, yeah.
That's what's up.
Side note. Oh, we get a church message. Church where it's going.
I was waiting on you.
You know.
You on the station waiting on you. No, so first church mess, Brian Karn. Brian Karn can't stay out of social
I
media.
feel like we talked about this man.
No. He's done something else.
Not something else.
Brian Karn is now insulting musicians and singers while he's ministering. So there was a recent situation where Brian Karn was preaching, the musician was playing background because that's what musicians do when preachers are preaching. And he began to insult the musician and was said basically in hot paraphrasing, you're not anointed enough to play behind me. And then insulted the singers. It was like, you know what? Just stop singing because you're not good enough to sing.
I want to
Sir of God. Sir.
No, okay.
Sir, man of God.
This is how I feel about that. I'll be very honest, okay? There's always a better way. Absolutely.
Valid. Better delivery.
But when you are in now, for these are preachers that holler, and God said that He will, there's a cadence in delivery. So there's a moment where the musicians need to go. You got to hit these chords to make this transition smooth.
Facts.
And you're throwing me off because in my high you still hearing. No, you're supposed to be. So
I was watching the video, and he was very in the, I call it the slow prophetic flow with the like the nice soft, we getting ready to charge the atmosphere music. Okay, that's how he was flowing. Was real
in that blue outfit.
No, he was in a blackout.
Oh,
and so like so in this getting ready to charge and go into warfare type situation, to me, the musician was following him until the buildup. The fact is, he said he didn't like the chord that he was playing.
And that's a real thing.
There's a way of delivering. As a man of God, I'm not giving Jamal Byron a pass because he has a history of insulting people publicly.
Oh, valid.
It's the same thing with Juanita Bynum. I don't like how they check people. If you have an issue with somebody, you could just be like, sir musician, let's wait a second. You could have said that. Let's just wait a minute and then I'll point to you. Let's go. There's a way of delivering, but telling them that you're not anointed,
right?
But my question is, what if it's true? What if you're a heathen? You've been sleeping, and now you're trying to come over here and
trying to
with the oil, and it ain't flowing.
Hey.
Now, I believe 100% the execution is wrong. There's no need to berate, destroy.
But is that you, or are you being led right now? Because if that's you, that's your humanism.
And a lot of times it's just humanism.
That's where you fall. Because as a shepherd, you're held at a much higher standard. So that judgment's going to be hot for you. But
let's talk real life. Because the stuff that y'all call oil and ointment is simply me being human and having the equation together. Okay? Because there's an equation. Watch this. It's about being a great orator. And I'm accompanied with music. To execute this orator, I would prefer to have my own musician who knows me and how I flow in God. So when I go to a place and you don't know me, you're really relying as the musician. Y'all got to be really tapped into the spirit. Yeah. Because if you don't know me, you can assume me and throw me off.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that can very much be human of me.
Yeah.
Because that's just my equation. This is how I know God to flow and God, what you're doing. And when you're off, it's throwing me, wait a minute. And if you are musical, and you're in tune to that, A flat, E minus, D, F upside down don't mean nothing to me because I don't know the difference.
But then you could also just be like, not right now. Like,
for
musicians, please.
Let's just be honest.
I gotta get this out real quick.
In the black church world, the most disrespectful people have been Jamal Bryant, Brian Karn, and Juanita Bynum. And the fact is that people keep giving Brian Karn a pass because he quote unquote prophesying. No, I'm not going to give this man a pass. You have to get to the place where you grow up and learn how to govern yourself as a man of God. One of the fruit of the spirit is self-control.
Know
how to talk to people as a person of God. That's ridiculous.
I get 100%. Okay. Because at the end of the day,
it's both.
No, because I get it. I get it being. I'm sorry. I get being a leader, a worship leader, and knowing what it should sound like. But as a musician, y'all don't give us precursors as to what you want it to sound like. Now, if this is his regular every week musician, bruh, there should be a problem there. You get what I'm saying? If you're off because you're new to playing behind this man, use grace in when checking this person, because you
valid.
don't know what they're dealing with behind this piano, these drum.
Now watch this.
I don't know what you're doing.
No, valid. So don't come at me talking about what I'm not in and what I ain't and what I can't.
Let me tell you,
because I will check you just like
I'm talking, and I'm gonna
right.
talk,
You want to
no,
fight?
valid, and I'm talking preacher, because we are reliant on those who really holler and scream and work that on the oil and the anointing to really be the catalyst that we are tapped into the vein. So while you're working, because I'm a guest, I didn't bring my honorary, I didn't bring my folks, I'm depending on y'all. So it is our hope and expectation, I do with Witten, that you will be gonna flow with me. We're gonna flow and be in tune.
But to flow and to know exactly how to move.
But watch
with
this
you
now.
is
Everybody's not the same, and I understand that. So because of that, and I might take this moment with God very serious. So for you to be off, just snatch me out, and now I'm in my humanity, and I might check you. Like I said, I'm not saying that is proper, but I want you guys to understand that, going in, I'm relying on you and I and us as a unit to flow in this vein.
Now, is this a conversation we had before?
No, you know.
I'm gonna turn to a musician
because you don't have that conversation most times. The question that we ask you is, number one, this is just how the church go. Are you bringing your own musician? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. I'm relying on yours. Okay, no problem. It is then my hope that I've come in, I'm in the back, I done set up, got my drink, got my tea, you done brought me out, doing praise and worship, we're going and we're flowing, bam. It's my time to get up, granted. And I'm trusting, and this is just being honest. I'm trusting that you're gonna flow with me, I'm gonna flow with you, and we're gonna go and execute. But if your flow is off, there's always a hand. No, I'm good. I don't need y'all, because you're clashing against what I'm playing. Number two, if you know Black church and y'all know chords, if I'm in the prophetic vein and you're paying R&B, and I know you're not tapped in. You the chord, because chords matter, and this may be more churchy and stuff like that. But there's a better way of execution. There's a hand. Put back, no, we're not going. I don't need you.
But he doesn't do that.
Right,
but
valid.
But there's still a way to talk to people.
There's still a way to talk to people and to tell the singer, oh, you know what? Your singing ain't good. You need to step away from the mic. He is rude, and people are not holding him accountable.
Here's the thing, though.
Like
what if you go into this church to get a word to hear God, and then this man of God that's supposed to be giving you this word is being ignorant?
It's focused on the music instead of preaching the word.
But hear me out, because how is it that I'm supposed to be getting a word from you, and you concerned about about that? Focus on what you're talking about. Focus on preaching.
Hold on, wait.
Because
that word. Go ahead. Because I'm a preacher.
So
okay, but I'm a preacher too. But I don't depend on music.
But I'm saying it from somebody that is in the audience. Okay, I get y'all are preachers, but at the end of the day, the people in the audience is the ones that y'all supposed to be focused on. So it doesn't matter. Like, I get the whole music part. I get it. Trust me, I do. I've seen my pastor. Okay, now relax. But at the end of the day, that we're here for a purpose, and regardless of the distractions that are going on, that's the main thing that needs to be focused on. He should not be calling people out during church service. That's insane.
Yeah.
And also to the drummer or the musicians themselves. Sometimes, because I used to do the tech stuff for the church, sometimes you just come to church to get your paycheck. I'm sorry, and that's just being real.
Really?
He probably was just there like, okay, I'm getting paid $200 or whatever dollars after this. Let me just get through this. So, like, it's not always like he's trying to, he may be going through whatever, or maybe he already had a problem with this preacher before, So
and there's some people. Well,
most musicians they just get up before when you start preaching. They just leave.
Yeah, but some people are assigned to certain folks, and the attitude that Byron Khan has. Most don't like it, but there's a lot that people that do. They agree with his forwardness. He ain't fake. He ain't pretending, and they like that. So they're gonna stay. But I get it. Focus on the word. But I play our first service. We don't have musicians, so we play music. I cut off music because sometimes, no matter where you in your flow, whether you're on high power because God is moving, or it affects your delivery, and I have to change the cadence of the music based on how you're executing what you're doing. Because the music, though it's not the driving force, it plays a role in how you execute.
They're both. It's like how I'm viewing it is they're also a ministry too.
Absolutely.
Your word, what you're speaking to me, it could just hit my ears. It may never go in one ear and out the other. It may just just go complete right over. But the music is speaking to my spirit. I'm over here getting delivered. I'm getting a breakthrough right now because words can't express. You can't tell me nothing right now. But these chords, this music right here, and you don't know if he's being led by the spirit or not. And especially if your humanness starts coming out, and now you out of line. Is it because you out of line and you ain't catching yourself? Now I'm gonna have to go to the musicians right now.
Because my issue with the whole situation is even if the person was off, even if the musician was off, even if the singer, she been in concert all week and she had a couple of screeching moments. Okay, I get that, but you'd be like, you can say it in a nicer way. That's what's making this situation even messier, because Brian Karn, because he's a quote unquote known prophet, is destroying these people. This is something that he's been doing every time I get on some kind of device. Like every time I get on some kind of device, looking for a church mess, and I'm talking about recent stuff. Brian Karn and Jamal Bryant is always on there because of the way they deliver, the way they talk. Kim Burrell, another person, the way they talk and the way they deliver. There's a way to correct without being disrespectful. Right. And for him, he continues to be disrespectful. Right. And as a man of God, I want to know, where is your self-control? Where's the fruit of the spirit? Because if you are okay with continually disrespecting people with no consciousness and no conviction, then I have other questions. Watch this. Because it continues to keep happening. It just over and over again.
Sometimes being blunt and being honest and being very blunt is disrespectful. And to do it over the microphone is more disrespectful.
Valid.
Because I'm frank. Okay. Y'all see me call y'all out just for being late randomly, but not saying that it's always appropriate or that it's always proper. But this is something that does happen. Now, for me,
what up,
I understand why they had to be silenced. I'm not saying that the method itself was proper. I'm not saying
right.
over the microphone. I've checked. I've been praying until the whole musician section is shut up and be quiet mid-prayer over the microphone. Because consistently for them, they were talking in the corner every time we had to pray.
Gotcha.
But I'm probably out letting me just be thinking, God, we magnify you. If y'all don't stop be quiet and stop talking over there, I'm praying and going right back into prayer.
Got it.
So I get it.
But that's not a consistent. That wasn't a consistent situation.
Okay, so it's different if they're being disruptive. Mm-hmm. But if I'm doing my duty as a musician and trying to follow you in your vein that I'm really not familiar with, and you come and chop my hands off, you get what I'm saying? Now I feel targeted because you feel some type of way.
No, I'm not gonna play it.
You get what I'm saying? You feel some type of way because the music ain't right. When your real main focus should be on delivering the people. You get what I'm saying? But you stuck on how I missed the chord or how the chord ain't, or how the
tell
chord
somebody
is
they're
clashing.
not anointed. Yes. Somebody can say
And
the same thing about you with the way that you deal with
But
people.
you didn't just leave it at the musicians. You left it. You went into the singers, and now you dragging people.
But watch this, because
you get what I'm saying. That's where the problem is.
And I'm just being extra. But then you're gonna talk about me if I tell you I got to bring my whole team with me.
No, we not.
No, I'm telling you, because then now that's my entourage.
I'm not
because
no.
But it's not unusual for a preacher.
It's not unusual for the preacher to bring
people. Bring in the drummer. You got my drummer, my musician. I got my armor bearer. And it's me, right? This beat. So I'm going to bring people with me who know me.
Valid.
They can flow with me.
Do that.
Execute with me.
That's fine.
And I got to pay them people.
Valid.
Then you got to be for my honorarium situation. But let's not get into that.
No, listen.
No, because
the only time I ever had beef with a pastor or a preacher bringing their whole team with them was when they showed up late. Because now you're not regular at this church. You don't know where our plugs and all our stuff is at. So now we scrambling.
Now we got to slow everything we doing down.
Yeah.
But even to that rebuttal though, Brian Karn has done this to his musicians. So the bottom line is
no matter who you are, you gotta be respectful.
Like you have to be respectful.
And you have to know.
You can't
now
tell
if
me.
Now doing it to his own musicians, I get, because you're my musicians.
Not publicly.
No. Hear me. I get what you're saying.
I don't hear you.
To the extent of what he did,
it's wrong.
No, but you ain't. Come on now, get right.
There's a time and a
you know what I'm
place.
saying?
Bishop the Apostle Joseph Brinson Jr.
He's done it. You get what I'm saying? But it hasn't been done to people that are outside of his house. You get what I'm saying?
But he's also never
Right,
told.
but it
He's
ain't-
also never told the musicians over the pulpit, y'all ain't anointed. He's never done.
You get what,
he's
never
said
there's a time-
y'all ain't
there's a
anointed.
time and a
All this
place.
other kind of.
There's a time and a place for correction.
If I'm
He
preaching the
hasn't
gospel,
belittled. That's
no,
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
Don't
and I
belittle
get
the
it.
people for being human. People aren't perfect. So
Valid.
if you step into my house and you don't know the rules of my house,
You pull
I
them
don't
aside.
expect for you to know everything.
You pull them aside and you don't publicly humiliate them. That's like
Right.
if you being a supervisor or a manager, you messing up, you out of
Valid.
pocket, come to the back real quick. Because it ain't nobody
Yeah, yeah,
else's business.
That
This
sounds good
us.
afterwards.
No, that sounds
But
good.
while you're
Our-
in
while
it,
you're-
It's my business.
I can't pull you aside.
No, facts.
Okay,
But when
wait,
you're
I have a question,
while
though. What-
preaching, how many times have you heard wrong key? Switch it up.
Valid.
Go F. Go
A.
constructive criticism
What
works
if-
better than dragging.
What if it was reversed? What if you was up there preaching?
They
and
just
then
playing
and
this,
the
like-
Jermaine
musician
Collins
was like,
easy.
Valid.
Jermaine
really,
Collins.
I have people do that.
Jermaine Collins.
Wait,
stop
hold on.
playing
Let her
and-
finish,
and
though.
Look at.
What you doing? What you talking
Oh,
Trying
facts.
to figure-
Figure out what
No,
I
that's
guess-
real.
I ain't mean to call you out, Jermaine.
I just
Like
feel like
that.
that's
So I'm like, don't be coming for my people, bro.
No,
Like,
but
tossing
no,
names
valid.
out there.
He know what
You
you
will
want.
find you will
He
find
was like the
musicians.
Bible ain't say that.
No, you will find musicians who won't play until they know the vein or until they figure out what you got going on.
But the
just 'cause you pick
musicians
up-
gonna stop in the middle of church service and be like, Pastor, what you saying is ignorant. You ain't anointed.
This is my thing.
But they gotta-
All right.
the keys gotta-
Now, if you
But
preaching,
Right.
and
Can you
preaching,
imagine? Can you
that ain't the
imagine
word
that?
at all. And I know
Is that factual?
it shouldn't
preacher?
even be me. It should be everybody. This whole
Facts.
church should be like,
Because-
hold the phone.
But now,
How many times does that actually happen?
But you
Where
gotta understand,
people
let me-
stop the
Oh,
pastor
right.
to be like,
you have to
Pastor, what you
understand
saying is
that
wrong.
what I holler and preach is the same thing I just been preaching.
Yeah, I ain't see.
But I understand with our culture,
Yeah, I ain't never seen
y'all,
Joe get up
that
and pull
some of
somebody
y'all
out.
don't tap into what I done talked the word. I done
Valid.
said the word. I done said my point.
Yeah.
And you ain't tapped in yet. Some have, some haven't. Some people don't tap in until he get the hollering and them chords kick in. So if your chord is off, you got now you
Messing up the flow.
now.
But it doesn't make you any less anointed.
See, this is
Facts.
what
To
you get.
tell
that's-
somebody
that's-
they're not
this
anointed.
way
He
you
is
said
get-
you're
ridiculous.
not anointed to play behind me.
No, he said you're not anointed.
That's
Stop.
Well, that's what you said earlier. Earlier you said you're not anointed to play behind me, which says no, you're not that you don't have oil.
You just ain't good
You're
enough for
not
me.
tapped in here to where the vein that we're going in.
Nah.
It's because what I'm doing and what you're doing, we tell the Holy Spirit flow, we're
Yeah.
clashing.
Yeah.
So there's an off put here, and I don't like I said, but I'm a good hander.
I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
if they don't get that message, give the look to the
Silence.
usher.
Right.
Usher, they gonna come
Don't
up
get
here
John.
and be like,
Don't get Joe.
John might be like,
Right.
hey, hold
They
it
gonna
for a
say-
minute, whatever.
Don't talk to me.
Right.
But like I
Give
said,
them, like,
the
let you know what's up.
execution of who Byron Count has been so consistent. That is not saying that is proper. It's who he is.
Right. You
And
shouldn't
the people
expect
and
anything less.
those
Yeah.
that follow,
Valid.
I don't follow him. I think he's in the back closet playing patty cake with somebody big as man.
I don't doubt it.
Indeed.
I don't doubt it.
With somebody.
That's valid
I
about
don't know.
it.
Patty
man.
cake,
No.
I don't know NATO Jenkins.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
talking about
I know
people behind
that.
their
I
back.
know that.
I simply agree that there's always a better way of executing.
Yes, always a better way. Always,
And when having the silence.
always a better
No
way.
valid.
I'm a firm believer that the word is supposed to carry it anyway. So
Valid. Like
You
I
know
feel
what, Daniel?
if-
yes,
if
yes,
I feel like
that's
we
what the
put-
Bible say. I'm just saying what
No,
Paul
facts.
That is why I'm
I
not
feel like if
offended.
we put too much
Yeah.
weight into what
Paul said.
the music sounds like, we're literally taking away.
No, you're
no,
not.
hold on, stop.
No, you're not. Let me
We,
tell you
but
why.
you are
I won't
because
say that you take
because
away
if
from
you
it.
come into a church, let's take away instruments.
See, 'cause
Because
what-
is the oil still gonna flow without
no,
instruments?
Because what you're talking
The
about
Dunk
is
Tank Church.
no. Watch it. What you
Right.
no,
We got-
Cause-
we got
what
come
you're
on.
talking about is being music dependent. The scene isn't about being music dependent.
But it
It's
sounds
about
like
the
it though.
music being an interruption to the flow. If my cadence is 1, 2, 3, 4, and you come here at 6, 7, 8, down to this, what you're hitting is clash. I do it in production.
No, I get what
The
you're saying.
cadence of
Yeah,
the commercial
the
and what
ministry
you're doing.
is supposed
But
to be
I
the
get
body.
what you're
So
saying.
So the
stop,
body
look,
needs to
no,
work.
no, no, no.
functionally.
Hold on,
That's to
stop.
function
No,
properly.
because-
So everything needs to work
But what
no,
we're
let's
saying
let's talk about.
even if the person
let's
was
talk about
off,
oil.
even if the person was
Like,
not keeping
where's
speed,
the oil at? In the
it's
word or the music?
Disrespect.
No,
That's
watch
the
it.
problem.
We're talking about two different things. She's talking about the disrespect,
The
or delivery
disrespect.
of what it is. You're talking about music.
I'm talking about the music.
Right.
Because
so the music aspect of what you're talking about, I want you to have somebody sing R&B, but I want you to play offbeat trap opera music, and it clashes with what's being delivered. Don't ask me why. That's just what I was saying.
Opera music. Let me go to Spotify real quick.
What they're saying is proper. What they're saying is on point. But I'm having a disconnect because the music is not a distraction.
all right, pause. Now take that same concept and get rid of the music. Do the words still hit the same?
Yes,
exactly. So at the end of the day, as long because if the words are hitting, the music should not matter.
Yo, I want you to go down the street,
bro.
And go down there.
Bro, is you gonna replace it if you break
No,
it?
you're missing what I'm saying. You're missing what I'm saying.
We'll talk about that
Take
later.
what I'm saying and use it, because if I say take away the music, boom, there is no more music.
Then the word is still the word.
My point. So let's stop putting emphasis on what the music sounds like in the moment. If he misses a key, don't.
Right.
If he misses a key, because you're stopping service
We ain't
to
getting
correct
nowhere.
something that isn't that serious.
No, you have to be the most special person I know.
No, that's not true.
Because taking out music, then watch this. There is no distraction, no deterrent. There is nothing to interrupt my execution.
Thank you.
Period. Right. But because music is present and because it's not flowing with me, I need to stop music so I can just let the word drop what it is. Now, his execution of that was wrong. I'm not saying that. But when you say, oh, just take the music out, those are two different. What she's talking about, what we're talking about, are two different scenarios.
Absolutely, yes.
I get what
Two
you're saying.
different scenarios. So, like, no music at all. The word gonna hit because that's what it's supposed to do. But when you add music to that and it's off-putting, it makes the word I deliver, it can be a clash.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
I
it
feel
does.
like
It
I feel
don't
like
though.
I feel
And
like
that's what I'm saying. The music.
Just know that we are all friends.
No, valid. But
We
like,
love one
'cause
another.
at the end, like,
This is all out of love.
if the music wasn't there, the music being off wouldn't be a problem. You get what I'm saying? And
I think
I
the
just-
bottom
I
line in
don't-
this scenario, in this church
One of these are
mess,
coming out.
is the way you talk to people.
Right.
Valid.
Right.
And
It
if
is
he continues to talk to people like that, I think his congregation
He gonna catch somebody
should-
outside in that parking lot.
should make him accountable for it.
He gonna catch me outside.
Right.
Because if I'm on
Bring
the
it down
drums
a
and you
bit.
sit there and disrespect me like that, I got you.
Yeah.
I got your number.
Absolutely.
I'm pulling your coat right now.
So that's the bottom line here. It's not about the word or the music. It's about
His
how
delivery.
he said it,
Yeah.
what he said.
And there's a
And the
time and
fact
place for
that you
everything.
would-
The bottom line
And the
is
fact that
Bring it down a
you've
little
been
bit.
caught
He
doing
was
real
wrong.
foul stuff, but you told somebody they wasn't anointed because they didn't follow what you followed.
It's wrong.
You're not gonna question my anointing because of this moment. I'm sorry.
And you don't give out the
Especially
anointing.
because you are
Take the music
steady
out.
to be pissed off at people when
Take it
they
out.
question yours.
Bring it down.
Like that's the whole that's my whole issue with
And
this.
you don't give
and
out
the
the
things that he
anointing.
has to
That's
say.
just what it is.
First of all, Brian Carn has been off a lot. Let's start there. Let's start there.
but
Second
you
of
want
all,
to come at
you
musicians
gonna
for
come
being
at
off.
musicians and
Like,
say that this person is not anointed. If they made a mistake, that's one thing. To tell them that they're not anointed just because they didn't do what you do and you out here doing foul stuff,
This is opinion.
somebody could question your anointing
Let
as
them have his
well.
opinion.
But
I didn't know
No.
you was on the
Okay.
throne. My bad.
But here,
Because when do we
here's
treat
the-
people
here's
with
the-
grace?
Here's the thing
We
with
say that, but how
this
many people
guy.
that choose is going not
Here's
not
the
anointed?
thing with this
It's from the
guy,
QC.
with him in general, and with anybody in general. If this is how the person
Right.
is, this is how they are, right?
Right.
So don't go to their church. Don't play for them. If you don't like
No,
it,
valid.
don't do it. If you feel like this should be this way and this person doesn't, well, guess what? It's not going to work out. You move on to whatever you got to do, and then they do
In
this.
theory, that would be a good
Congregation
idea
needs to
unless he
hold him
comes to your church and you have no
If
choice.
if I know he's
Because
coming
that's
to my
a lot
church,
of people.
Right,
That's
we-
the
we
situation.
gonna
Brian Carn is a traveling preacher. He don't really have a lot of home roots. So if he come to your church and you the musician and he ain't got his, you ain't got no choice but to play
Listen,
behind.
We
him.
signing a
I
petition.
will tell you straight up, if somebody comes to the church and I know I don't like them, guess what? Just because we in church don't mean I'm gonna like you now.
Be
No, I
consecrated
don't
for
like
the Lord.
you.
Seek the Lord. Oh God, do I play behind this man? I think am I tapped into a thing?
God told me no.
Because very much
Right.
so.
God told me
God
to
told
leave.
me
As
no.
very much so. Because my thing is this,
Ooh,
as very much so
I'm
as
gone.
we may
I'm
not
gone.
like the execution, may not like these things. What if by chance, I'm just saying by chance, he was proper and okay and that that day that let me check you because nobody has checked you. These chords because I watch it, just musicians. I've been at church where they didn't play the iron. This is Tupac.
Like
Beyonce,
this is
all
Biggie.
Stuff. My good,
I know
it was all
a
dream.
I know this game.
That shit in the background. I've heard
How many times have you heard that?
It's jealousy. Hold up,
man.
Right.
No, but I think that always
Backyardigans.
Yeah.
Play the Backyardigans. That's a hit. That's
fast. Some people have played Beyonce chords.
I ain't gonna say who because we all know. Anyway,
I'm walking straight
well,
out.
I'll just put it out there. I wonder if he's watching because Dante is the musician at our church. He's good.
Word.
Yeah,
Miles?
He's
Word.
really good. Like, and it don't even be him. I love my church folks, but it be the choir. So it's just like the choir
when the musicians hit, but the choirs and the singers is off. That is terrible.
Our church is
So would the musicians be wrong for
we
chewing
gonna
out
do
the
this.
singers? I said, would the musicians be wrong for telling the singers, y'all not anointed enough?
No, because if you get the head musician, hit the notes while they playing.
No, that's valid.
But no, I'm not gonna say it's church mess. This last segment actually really touched my heart in a different way, just because I could relate to him. So Donnie in the sense of his story, not the situation. Let me be clear. So Donnie McClurkin, Donnie McClurkin recently posted a video basically talking about how life has been a struggle for him as far as relationships, because y'all didn't know Donnie, he was gay for a while. He came out of the lifestyle. He's in ministry now, but he felt like he was not taught how to properly be a man in a relationship. So the last relationship he was in was Nicole C. Mullen, the gospel singer, and they fell apart because I guess he wasn't masculine. He didn't produce the male role in the relationship. So he came off very effeminate. He's very sensitive. So it was like a no for her. And he's saying that this is something that he feels is just going to sit on his back for the rest of his life. And that he's made his resolve with being alone. Now, here's my thing. I have been through the deliverance process from homosexuality. I'm not ashamed of it. It is what it is. I did have to be taught how to be a lady, because I was very raw. I talk like a dude. Nigga, what's up? Like,
what up, bro?
Very gangster.
Like very thuggish.
Mordecai.
Like
that's me when I get mad.
But like I was very thuggish. I had to learn how to wear a proper bra. I had to learn how to wear proper underwear as a woman. I had to, like, there were certain things that I needed to be taught to me on how to be a woman and a lady, because they're different.
Yeah.
With Donnie McClurkin, his mentor was Marvin Winans, but Marvin Winans was like, on and off with their relationship. And he basically was like, you're my friend. I need you to teach me this. And Marvin was like, pretty much like, God gonna get you. Like, so
wait on him. He got you.
So like for his situation, it does touch my heart, because I see a person who really wants to learn, but at the same time needs to address some other things before you jump on me. Need to address some other things, but the I guess the situation is deliverance. Now what? Because are we really teaching people how to live their life post deliverance? That's right. Yeah.
Okay, Frank.
I have several thoughts, because granted, this person didn't make it, but the only way that you're going to really figure this out is by trying again and going forward. So if you choose to be single, that's not God. That's not this time. That's your choice. Now,
but he's had multiple relationships.
Well, you got to try. Don't smash. Try to figure out what can I change about me if required, and if it's not required at all. Because who's to say that this presentation of manship or masculinity is defined by them?
Valid.
Maybe I'm not that, and that's cool and that's fine. But what I bring to the table, who I am, I have assets. I'm good for this. I'm great for that. And if it needs to be done, I'll pay for it. I'm sitting on the bishop of the apostle. As much thug as he was, that man didn't know hard labor.
Oh, thanks.
Not doing, but I'm definitely about to pay somebody to handle it. And there's people who, if I come from deliverance, okay, so my mannerism may still be feminine. my characteristics may still have that of the film. That don't mean I'm out here still bending over and doing things like that or penetrating top or bottom. That doesn't mean that's what I'm doing. Right. What it says is, listen, I believe I'm free. I'm operating in my freedom, and I'm trying to be the best man I know how. And because I have to figure out who you are as a woman, to find out what you need, and then attempt to try to be that for you. Valid. Or maybe already possess it, but nobody called for it. I'm preaching already. I'm in trouble. Because if you don't call for it, I don't know that there's a need.
Fact.
So it's not enough for you just to set me for where I am and where I've been. Let me know what you need. If you don't call for me to step up and handle this thing, I'm not going to step up. Right. But if you call for it, I might be, that's a need. And because I love you, I'm gonna handle this here.
Yeah.
And I get it. That doesn't mean, and you need somebody who can handle your process. That relapse is possible. That, no, this is a fight of my life. Some of us come into this fantasy world that once you deliver it and you don't came out of a thing it don't yell at you, it don't talk to you at night, it don't try to be like, no, you'll never be. I'm dealing with some personal emotional issues while still trying to be this husband and this man to you to figure out we go into that phase. So there's so much there. But
that's why I said I think that there's more, because I think even though he hasn't publicly said it, me being, Fire 716 therapist, I think that his questioning of his ability to be a man actually stemmed from his baby mom, because he's not with his mother. Yeah, he has a son named Matthew. Okay. But like, I think if your baby mother kind of like diminishes you as a man and you have a child with them, I think that's what started the repeat of the cycle, because it was just like, if you don't address that hurt, if you don't address that, this is your first of all, this is the first woman that you've been with post deliverance, right? You know what I'm saying? And you had a baby with her. Now you got a son, and now she's telling you not man enough. No. You know what I'm saying? This goes back to the
wait, she is saying that? Like, is this, she's saying these things?
He said that you got to read between the lines. He said that his past relationships, especially his most prevalent one, his baby mom, said some things that made him question himself as a man, and then his failed engagement to Nicole C. Mullen.
Okay.
So
how long ago was that?
There's a lot of
he was engaged to Nicole C. Mullen the same year that Israel Houghton got engaged to
was that like
Adrian.
5, 6, 7 years ago?
So it was like what, 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
So he hasn't been in a long-term relationship since his breakup with Nicole C. Mullen.
Okay. And then before
that, he did date somebody else before his baby. So it was his baby mom, somebody else.
Okay.
Then Nicole C. Mullen.
Gotcha.
And so it was just like, he was his last interview about his breakup. He was just like, there's some things that certain people can't handle about you. And he's he said there's certain things that some people can't handle about you. He's like, I'm not dogging Nicole C. Mullen. Obviously, he was like, if there's parts of my life, whether they're good, they're bad, that you can't handle, I would prefer you walk away instead of us walking into a marriage and then the marriage failing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I really do think that his inadequacies stem from the beginning of it stems from the situation with his baby mom.
Gotcha.
And feeling inadequate after you done had this son.
Okay,
and then having a history of women telling you that you're not man enough. Like I said, if unaddressed issues, I'm not saying it's necessary. I mean, obviously them saying that is kind of wrong, but the fact that he hasn't got the help to deal with those emotions, and then you have this proclivity that you're still fighting against. Exactly. So it's like you got all these things that you're trying to fight against while still be the pastor of a church, while still touring the country singing gospel music, and dealing with all of this is a greater issue. And that's why I want to get, I pray that God lets our paths cross, because I understand what it's like to be like, I'm delivered. Now what? How the heck do I put on makeup? How the heck do I buy the right bra? How do I walk like a lady so I walk like Miss Sophia in The Color Purple and heels? Because I had a very dude-ish walk. But I had people around me that were willing to teach me. Yeah. Because we have Donnie McClurkin, and I'm not saying that he don't have his issues. He may not have his struggles, but because we put Donnie McClurkin up here, it's an expectation. You should just know.
And he got back up.
He keep falling. The song came out. What do you mean?
He get back
I fall here, but I'm not allowing my falls repeatedly to be.
I get exactly where he's coming from, because it's tough. A lot of people don't know my situation as well. When I was younger, I was molested. I was raped. My first sexual experience was a man with a man. Mm-hmm. So I knew being right and wrong, that what happened to me was wrong, because everything was hush hush secret, whatever the case may be. My first sexual experience with a female didn't happen until years later. So pretty much I was already a grown man when everything happened. Mm-hmm. So in that situation, when you try to be vulnerable with somebody, somebody that you go ahead, you open up to, especially with females, in today's time period.
Valid.
The moment you piss them off,
I'll come back.
that is one of the things that they go ahead and thrashing. So,
Valid.
We got 3 minutes.
that's why you was da this and that,
Yeah.
and I got all this hurt. Now I can't even trust anybody. Every time I go ahead and try to be vulnerable and try to help, like, listen, I come with scars. I come with pain. Like I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. It's a hard road. Just like you come with baggage. I'll help you carry this, but I'll let you know I'm dragging this along. And it's a continuously daily fight.
But I'm gonna say something, and I hope that the wisdom of this is my final thought too, because we only got 3 minutes. We got another show coming on. We can't be over here forever.
We do.
No, Fatima.
Fatima Fridays.
No, I was like, no,
cut it into yours.
Oh, we get off at 9:50.
We gotta get off at 9:50 because
I'm like,
out to see we rap, we cameras,
got
we
draws
show.
on some old-
But what happens is that my wisdom for every man who's going through a thing, you have to leave the woman alone for a moment.
Yeah.
You need to talk to another man.
Mhm.
Because what you'll find out is that your story ain't only your story.
Right.
Yeah.
We assume, Frank, you a manly man. Nobody knows the storyline or the journey or what we had to go through to get to a place. And when we talk to women, because it's easier.
Right.
It's easier to finally express yourself to that person, but then they take it and they can flip it and they don't do right with it. And now that's the situation. That's not all women.
Right. It's not. It's not. It's not.
But
And men do the same thing too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Men will take certain situations that you
And
tell
they'll definitely
them,
run and go
they
tell
will,
it.
Yeah,
They'll
throw it
sit
in your
there
face
and-
or
We ain't talking about
Listen, don't.
ain't that what they do?
Listen, don't.
We was having a real man serious moment.
No, thank you. You know, hey, we trying to connect heart to heart.
Again, as Black people, and this is probably the word that a lot of us don't like to hear, counseling.
Yeah, we do
Stop.
for sure.
I'm an advocate for it now, but
Come
for
see me.
many years, I was like, I talk to God, I talk to my mother, but we have things that we just can't talk to everybody about. You need to speak to someone, get some professional help, because along these journeys that you're picking up from everything and everybody, you need to let it out. You need to talk about it. You need to get another person's perspective who doesn't have any ill will towards you. So counseling is definitely a key. And I think men, y'all need it. Like, quit playing.
Sure.
Like women we are on board nowadays. Like, we know we need it, especially Black women. We are starting to get it because it's being more prevalent in our jobs and all that different kind of stuff. But men, y'all ain't with it. So y'all need to get with it, because that helps in a lot of situations.
Yeah. I think we just hate our vulnerability being attacked. So it's hard for us to like take that, even because there's layers of vulnerability. That first layer is even hard. You get what I'm saying? And it gets harder at the no. I'm not saying that. But society in general attack men for being vulnerable, and it caused us to I'll say choke up. You get what I'm saying? And stop and not express those things that we have.
But you got to get to a point where one, you don't play the victim.
No, valid. Absolutely.
Don't sit there and woe is me because that this happened, that happened, so that's why this. No, grow up. Like, man, go through it. Process your stuff, because now you can't sit there and add on these things because you're still dealing with this one thing.
No, valid.
I'm not sitting there like, I can't do this because this happened to me when I was a kid. No, get up and wash some dishes. Let's go.
No, you locked into Big Frank in the morning. We got no time for our final thoughts. Real. Our time is up. We got Fatima Fridays happening 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. right here on the station. Don't go anywhere. It's going down. Camera on me, please. I appreciate it.
We love you.
It's going down. We holla at y'all. We'll be back on Monday doing all over again. Tune into that show. And tonight at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Conspiracy.
Yo,
Freaky Friday.
Just stay on the radio all day. We got stuff happening all day. All day.
It's going down. This is where it's at.
Fire Friday.
It's going down. Let's go.
Oh, you did.
What's up, everybody? It's Kier here in Jack Faith Hope Club. I am so excited to announce that you can now catch me right here on Fire 716 Radio each and every Monday for Inject Mondays at 7 p.m. So go ahead and download the app and rock out with your girl. Again, that's each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Tune in and have a good time with us.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, aka D Belly, aka your city councilman. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, and I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then.